right, finally, two teams that put up some serious points in week one. They face off in week two. The Niners are visiting the Eagles. Game totals at 50 points. Philly put up 32 against Atlanta, as we just discussed. And then San Fran, they scored 41 against the Lions. That game was pretty much in hand until the final 2 minutes. Were those just results of a product of facing bad teams, Julian, or can these teams easily put up 50 in week two combined?
I think some of it was a result of facing bad teams. The 49ers aren't a team that's gonna flirt with 40 points every week, and the Eagles are one of the more inconsistent teams in the NFL. So I don't want to bank too much on what happened in week one, but this game is my favorite over of the week, and it's already been bet up like 4.5 points from the opening line. So there's a lot of sharp money actually that has come in on this total. But given how both of these offenses play, I think we're going to see a lot of plays in this game. San Francisco wasn't afraid to really pass the ball in week one, and they just lost Mostert. And then you have the Eagles that came out and looked really good, showed really well offensively in week one. You've got some defensive questions on both sides of the ball. San Francisco down a lot of defensive pieces yet again, lost some in week one in that game against the Lions. So I don't think I'm gonna, be betting on any of these other totals. I'm very interested in actually placing a wager on the Philly San Francisco over.
All right, Reid, 50 points. Philly hosting San Francisco, over or under?
Yeah, this one's tough. I have less conviction than Julian on this one, just because both of these teams faced right in their matchups defenses and on the offensive side for Atlanta that they just didn't really show us anything, right? So what is the real San Francisco 49ers and Philadelphia Eagles? We just don't know yet. Both of these offensive lines though are top 10, right? They're solid on the offensive line. So to that point, to Julian's point, when you have that good of a unit, you can do anything that you really want, right? You can run, you can pass with efficiency. The only thing that scares me on this over is Jalen Hurts. His average completion last week was bottom third in the NFL of eligible and starting quarterbacks. That does scare me a little bit, but again, injuries in the back or in the secondary for San Francisco. I'm going to lean towards the over on this one.
Geoff, take us home.
Look, I swear to God, there are some under totals that I like this week. I like the Rams Indy under. I like the Bills Dolphins, but this is not one of the games that I like for an under. I think one of the things that we saw San Francisco week one, maybe their defense isn't going to be quite as good as people think, especially that secondary, man. I mean, when you're allowing Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions to kind of just have their way with you late in the game, there's going to be some question marks. San Francisco is going to get in a lot of shootouts this year. And look, the Eagles secondary performed great week one. It's not that good a unit. There's no way they're going to lead the league in yards per attempt and stuff like that against. So again, this is a game where Julian's right. If you got on it early under 50, that's great. But even at 50, I'm not going under here. I have to go over. So again, hopefully we'll get to those other games later in the week. But for now, you can just call me Mr. Over because we'll do a full sweep. Give me the over in this one too.